So Carlos Prates has made JDM look like an amateur fighter, fresh off the regional scene, styling on him for 3 rounds straight, chopping those legs down until eventually JDM couldn't stand anymore and was essentially just a sitting duck, and he followed up with a ground and pound to get the finish. But credit to JDM, man, he took some crazy damage in this fight, you know. Not many people can stand in front of Carlos Prates and take his 1-2 at will, knees up the middle, which obviously were always going to be a susceptibility for JDM, given that he's got a very disciplined boxing stance, you know, very rooted to the ground, very central. You know, elbows, spinning back fists, everything. Carlos Prates took everything out of him at this fight, and eventually it was the low kicks which did the damage, you know. But Carlos Prates, man, this guy is different level. And I said there were so many connotations going into this fight. People were saying that JDM's a big welterweight, he's got crazy power. I disagree with both of those statements, you know. JDM is 5'11" at best, which at welterweight is relatively small, if not average, considering that Morales is on the plus side of 6 foot. Ian Gary's about 6'2", you know, Shavkat roughly 6'2", Prates is about the same. So he's not a big welterweight, and we've seen that tonight because the distance management was clearly an issue for JDM. He was struggling to close the distance without getting pieced upon with big combinations and big punches, you know. But yeah, I also don't think he's got a lot of power. I mean, he's never KO'd a ranked opponent with one punch. Whenever he KOs, whenever he gets his finishes, it's all like 5-6 piece boxing combinations in the pocket. So yeah, I knew that those things were false, and that's essentially why I picked Prates to just be too much, and that's exactly what he was. And so we very much have a problem with Prates now in this division. Now there is some issues with his takedown defence, because if JDM's taking you down, then think what a Makhachev would do to him. So obviously his kryptonite is certainly going to be an elite grappler. You know, Sean Brady might even be able to give him a do if he doesn't get finished early. You know, but besides that, I think he'd beat Morales. I think he'd beat the majority of strikers in this division. This guy is a generational talent on the feet, and what he throws at you is completely nuclear. So this was a very impressive performance from Prates, man. Credit to these fighters.